In August of 1939, Albert Einstein wrote to President Franklin D. Roosevelt warning him that Germany had just made the world's first nuclear reaction. When Roosevelt received this news, he made the instant decision to fund their own nuclear project, costing $2 billion or $30 billion of today's money. But how did he make that decision so fast? How does someone even approach a project like this, as well as keep it a secret from both his enemies and the people involved? The key to success was the ability to take initiative. When it comes to the Manhattan Project's success, initiative and management skills may have been more important than the scientists' PhDs. But before we go into that, what is the Manhattan Project? The Manhattan Project was a secret research project in America that worked on the science of nuclear fission, which in short means to split the atom. When an atom is split, a small portion of its matter is converted into energy, at the rate of E = mc squared. This has many applications, but for the Manhattan Project, they were focusing on building a bomb. The thing that was most notable about the project was it actually required so many people that it was the first time in history that project managers were used, which meant that new skills needed to be brought to the table. This was different than the work that most workers do, in that the labor isn't as quantifiable. Management is different because it's much more focused on decision-making. People like Oppenheimer and President Truman had to decide what to do rather than just do what they're told. That's a task that requires soft skills on top of hard work, and that's where things like initiative and organization come in. But there's something that separates initiative from the rest, and I'll explain it using the group project analogy. So imagine the task is to build a tower in 2 minutes. Here's how it'll play out. Group A has organization skills and starts by making a full plan of all the tasks they want to accomplish. They then assign roles and then design the tower in full before grabbing materials and starting building. But they ran out of time. In Group B, one person starts by sketching the tower, but in the meantime, someone starts grabbing whatever materials they can find and putting it in a tower shape, while the third group member doesn't know what's going on, and then everyone's just yelling at each other and everyone's mad because the person designing the tower doesn't like the tower. Everything's a giant mess, but in the end, they did end up with a tower. Group A had management skills, and Group B was really good at taking action. While the best way would have been to have both skills, but in isolation, initiative was the one that actually ended up with the tower. While management makes things run smoother, nothing actually happens until you put your foot forward. Although they both led the Manhattan Project to success, one is a tool, and the other is a catalyst. There's a reason why top universities require portfolios and personal profiles that reward applicants who like to take action. There's a reason why we associate success with taking on lots of responsibility and doing risk-based ventures like starting a business or inventing something. From the beginning of time until nuclear fallout, just kidding, the universe will reward initiative. But now you might be wondering, what does this actually have to do with the Manhattan Project? Well, the first thing is that Manhattan Project was what caused people to notice the power in management. Ever since then, we put an emphasis on learning these kinds of skills, and it's changed how we solve problems in our world. Secondly, it helps us visibly quantify what initiative can actually do. The Manhattan Project fundamentally changes how conflict works, and as time goes on, we'll have either saved millions of lives or have destroyed the world as we know it. And that's the power that initiative has. It created the world we live in, and maybe someday we'll destroy it. And what we do with that will be up to us. Thanks for watching.